Hey guys, I'm going to put this one on the old castles, old temples, old villages playlist. It's actually a old brewery that was built in 1898, and it was built by a small company trying to compete with Kirin and Yabisu and the other big Japanese beer companies. So this is what it looked like when it was first built. And you can see this particular part of it here. So the piece on the right there, the east wing, that is, the wing on the right, the piece on the right is obviously gone, that part of the building's gone, but you can still see that that part of the building there is very original, amazingly original. Beautiful thing that it is. So I actually pass by this building now and again, and every time I've passed it, I've been fascinated by it, and I wanted to get closer to it and find out more about it. So I did it, and it turned out to be more interesting than I thought. So as you probably saw from the title, this thing actually had some history during the war. So they actually, during the World War II, they actually stored aircraft parts in this building. So as a result of it being used to store aircraft parts, it then became a target and was actually attacked by American P-51s. So I'll just show you the outside here. The outside's the most interesting part. You can see where there used to be a roof up there on the left hand side. That's where that east wing was, and the east wing's actually gone. So if we just move around to the north side of the building, which is the part that was high and exposed, which means if you're flying an aeroplane and wanted to attack this building, the north side of this building is this big face like this, and was attacked by P-51s. So those holes that you can see in that wall have come from the machine guns of a P-51. So I don't know if they managed to do any harm, because the building was actually built by a famous architect. The same architect that designed this building also designed a famous bridge in Tokyo and a couple of other famous buildings around Japan. So he actually built it with really, really super thick walls, because it was built as a brewery and they wanted to keep the temperature and the humidity at a good level for the beer. So they made the walls 5 layers thick to make it a good brewery, with no idea that there was a war coming up. But as a side effect of those big thick walls, I guess, firing P-51 cannon mortars at it may or may not have done a lot of damage. Sure doesn't look like it did a lot of damage. I mean, they've made big holes in the wall, but I can't imagine that that's done much harm on the inside. But sure makes it fascinating for us to look at, doesn't it? Because usually World War II damage in Japan was a lot of bombing, and there's just empty spaces where buildings used to be. It's not terribly common to actually see sort of scars like this. You know, usually there's a castle missing because it was wiped out during the war or something. It's just an empty piece of land. But to actually see scars like this is sort of interesting. So anyway, I hope you found it interesting too. More videos coming soon.